If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns are blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians. These are cherished people. These are great people. Leave them alone. Warning, the Nigerian government better move fast before it's too late. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
When Donald Trump threatened to invade Nigeria, the world laughed it off, dismissed it as another one of Trump's unfiltered outbursts. But what if this is not about religion at all? What if this is really about resources, about control, and about a continent that has always been seen as the prize in someone else's game? I'm Kelvin Jasi, and this is Africarized, African views by Africans. Throughout history, America's foreign policy has been driven by one thing: interest. The United States has used every tool in the book to secure the resources it needs: cohesion, war, bribery, and diplomacy. When Trump recently claimed that Christians were being persecuted in Nigeria, it threatened military action if Abuja didn't move fast. Many missed the deeper story, because beneath the moral language lies a familiar pattern: the politics of extraction. Nigeria is not just Africa's biggest democracy. It is also sitting on a treasure chest of resources the world desperately needs: oil, uranium, lithium, cobalt, and some of the largest rare earth deposits on the planet. These minerals are the lifeblood of modern technology, from smartphones to electric fighter jets to missiles. And guess what? The US chose that view on China. Trump once tried to challenge China's dominance with a 140% but when they used with that design, we knew that without China, America's tech industry and its military would be running. So,
if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns are blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast.
Is it about faith, or is it about minerals? Let us look at the pattern. In 1953, the US overthrew Iran's Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh after he nationalized the oil. In 1961, Congo's first leader, Patrice Lumumba, was assassinated after trying to reclaim his nation's resources. In 1973, Salvador Allende of Chile was removed after taking control of copper. In 2011, Muammar Gaddafi of Libya was assassinated when he accumulated gold reserves to create a one currency for the whole continent of Africa. Each time, the excuse was freedom or humanitarianism, but the motive, resources. So why would Nigeria be any different? Nigeria's violence is real.
This is a mass burial in Haipang, a Christian community in Plateau State. At least 13 people were killed in October in a coordinated attack. It's one of several such burials this year. A report by the International Society for Civil Liberties and the Rule of Law claims that more than 7,000 Christians were killed in Nigeria in the first 220 days of 2025 by Boko Haram and Fulani herdsmen.
But it is also complex. It is not a simple war of religion. Muslims and Christians alike are victims, from Boko Haram's terror in the northeast to the herder-farmer conflicts in the Middle Belt and the armed banditry across the country. But in Washington, complexity doesn't sell, fear does, and justifies intervention. We have seen this playbook before. Iraq invaded under the lie of weapons of mass destruction. Libya was bombed in the name of protecting civilians. Syria, Afghanistan, Somalia, all left in ruins. Their resources quietly carved up. And now, Nigeria could be next in line. If America were to invade Nigeria, what would happen? Would it topple the Tinubu government, bomb terrorist group? Either way, it would drag Africa's largest nation into another endless bloody war. A war the US would have no stomach to fight. Because, truthfully, the US doesn't win these wars, but its companies always profit from the chaos. President Bola Tinubu's government has already responded, reaffirming that Nigeria protects all faiths, Christian and Muslim alike. But his closing remarks raised eyebrows. He said Nigeria is committed to deepening cooperation with the US to protect communities of all faiths. Could that line be diplomatic opening? Be exactly what Trump wanted? A way to start negotiations that might later include rare earths and oil contracts. Let us not be naive. America doesn't go to war for religion. It goes to war for resources, power, and control. Africa's minerals have always been both its blessing and its curse. So, when Western leaders claim to be saving Africa, we must ask, who is really being saved and who is being looted? I am Kelvin Jasi, and this is Africarized. Our mission is very simple: to tell the truth from an African perspective. Visit the Africarized store, link in the description, and wear the message of African pride, freedom, and awareness. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video if you believe Africa deserves to tell its own story.